I like to do previews about vehicles that I think will move the needle. This is the 2024 Kia EV9, a three-row crossover up to 300 miles of rated range. I'm Tom Voelk, and here's everything you need to know about this electric SUV that should be out in late 2023. I think we all know that Kia and its corporate cousins / rival Hyundai are kind of killing it when it comes to electric vehicles these days. The highly regarded eGMP platform is under the EV6, the Genesis GV60, and the Hyundai Ioniq 5, 6, and soon to come 7. Now, the EV9 is sort of like an EV6 crossed with a Telluride. It has 3 rows. It's an SUV. That's what America wants these days. Now, this is a preview. It's not a review because no one in the US has driven the EV9 yet. Here's everything that Kia has told me about the 9. The design language, called Opposites United, will polarize. Good art has always done that. You know whether it works for you, but I've always found that it's best to judge in person. Pictures and video are deceptive. Looks promising, though. I've not been a fan of flush door handles. We'll see how these work in the real world. Up front, there's the newest version of Kia's Tiger Nose grille, active grille shutters, and a light show called the Star Map, which is optional. It has 5 different configurations. It's not Cadillac Lyric, but it gets style points for the treatment. Taillights are super thin. Wheels range from 19 to 21 inches. Remember, the larger they get, the lower the range. Boxy and triangular with a long wheelbase and short overhangs. This is a clean, uncluttered design. There's almost a Volvo vibe with the 9. Exterior design is important, but the interior, that's critical because that's what owners stare at the most. EV9 will be available in 6 and 7-seat configurations. Kia calls the approach post-industrial and says designers took a 10 must-have items philosophy, starting with sustainability. Synthetic leather, fabrics and carpets with recycled materials in them, and surfaces made from bamboo are in here. Haptic switches are hidden until lit. There's more storage under the hood than EV6, but it appears that engineers still prefer to keep more space in the lower cabin up front for knee and legroom. That's good for purses and backpacks too. The floating center console stretches to row 2. There's a little storage in there. There's even an optional lighted steering wheel if you're into Kia's new squiggly logo. These chairs are probably on the top trim model. They're heated, they're vented, and they offer a light massage, and that goes for row 2 too. You may have heard there will be rear-facing mid-row seats. Kia says that's not happening. Active Electronic Safety Tech, or ADAS, is getting a big upgrade in the EV9. Digital Key 2 will allow you to use your Samsung Android or Apple device as a key. You don't need to carry the physical one. And there's a new Advanced Highway Driving Assist system. It uses LiDAR. I don't have the details, but it sounds an awful lot like Super Cruise and Blue Cruise, which are very, very good. Kia says the dual-motor GT line with torque vectoring makes 379 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 should happen in 5 seconds flat. I'll assume that the eGMP platform gets the same efficiency improvements that Ioniq 6 just got. A 76.1 kilowatt-hour battery paired with a 160 kilowatt or 215 horsepower motor that drives the rear wheels is the standard setup. Kia says that the optional 99.8 kilowatt-hour pack with single motor configuration should travel around 300 miles on a charge. Towing is rated at 5,000 pounds, but remember, range always suffers when doing that with EVs. There's 7.8 inches of ground clearance, so it should be good for light off-roading at the very least. As for utility, the U in SUV, the EV9 should do you proud, especially with the flat skateboard platform. Fold down all the seats and there's 81.9 cubic feet. That's actually a little less than Telluride if you have one of those by 5 cubes. With butts in all seats, it's 20.2 cubic feet. That's about 1 less than Telluride. But the flat floor holds promise for ease of loading. And there's the vehicle to load adapter that will be better than a Swiss Army knife when camping. With a pack larger than EV6, Kia says it'll juice from 10 to 80% state of charge in under 25 minutes. That's using 350 kilowatt fast charge terminals. Pricing, that I don't know yet. I will guesstimate that the base model with the smaller battery and rear-wheel drive will start at around $55,000. Remember, this is a 3-row SUV. The fancy one, loaded with all-wheel drive, the big battery pack, the LiDAR driving system, and those fancy seats, it's got to be around 70 grand, right? Still a lot cheaper than a Tesla Model X. Kia, it's not the cheap and cheerful brand it used to be. Again, the 2024 EV9 should start showing up at Kia dealerships late in 2023. Check it out, it's a very interesting vehicle. For EV Universe, I'm Tom Voelk.